Ever wonder how Hollywood women's dressing style has evolved over the years? It's a fascinating journey, filled with glitz, glamour, and a dizzying array of fashion revolutions. From the golden age to the modern era, Hollywood has been a trend-setting powerhouse, influencing not just the big screen, but also closets around the world. So, how did it all begin? What are the defining moments? And where are we now? Stay tuned as we delve into the evolution of Hollywood women's dressing style. Think back to the 1920s, the golden age of Hollywood. What comes to mind? It's a time of jazz, flappers, and most importantly, a new era of women's fashion that was taking the world by storm. During the golden age, Hollywood was the epicenter of fashion, shaping the way women dressed and carried themselves. The fashion trends were characterized by elegance, sophistication, and a touch of rebellion against the traditional norms. Women were stepping out of the Victorian era's rigid styles, embracing more comfortable and liberating designs. The influence of iconic actresses during this era cannot be overstated. They were not just actresses but fashion icons who dictated trends and styles. Take Clara Bow, the original It Girl, for example. Her flapper style, short skirts, bobbed hair, and a carefree attitude became a symbol of the Roaring Twenties. Her impact on fashion was monumental, influencing women around the world to embrace a more modern, liberated style. Then there was Marlene Dietrich, a symbol of glamour and elegance who wasn't afraid to push boundaries. Remember her in a tuxedo in the movie Morocco? That was a bold statement in a time when women wearing pants was considered scandalous. Dietrich's daring fashion choices challenged the traditional norms and paved the way for more gender-fluid styles. The societal changes during the Golden Age also played a significant role in shaping these fashion trends. As women gained more rights and freedom, their fashion choices reflected this newfound liberation. They were breaking away from constricting corsets and long skirts, embracing shorter hemlines and more practical clothing. Actresses like Greta Garbo and Katharine Hepburn were known for their androgynous styles, further pushing the boundaries of women's fashion. Their influence was profound, making it fashionable for women to wear trousers and suits, a trend that continues to be popular today. As we can see, the Golden Age was a time of elegance and glamour, setting the foundation for future trends. It was a time when Hollywood actresses were not just influencing fashion trends, but were also challenging societal norms, using their platform to inspire women around the world to embrace their individuality and liberation. Fast forward to the 60s and 70s, a time of revolution and change. How did this affect Hollywood fashion? Well, the 60s and 70s were a time of social upheaval, cultural shifts, and political activism. And these changes were reflected in the fashion industry as well. The prevailing conservative styles of the Golden Age were challenged by a more daring, vibrant, and eclectic mix of clothing that mirrored the changing times. Feminism, for instance, played a significant role in transforming women's fashion. The movement not only fought for women's rights, but also sought to redefine femininity. This redefinition was visible in Hollywood, where actresses started to embrace androgynous styles, miniskirts, and pantsuits, a stark departure from the formal feminine dresses of the previous era. These styles were a statement, a rebellion against the restrictive norms of the past, and they became a symbol of women's liberation and empowerment. At the same time, the civil rights movement was making headway, and its influence permeated Hollywood fashion as well. The movement championed diversity and equality, and this was reflected in the increasing visibility of non-European styles and influences in Hollywood fashion. Actresses of different ethnicities started to embrace their cultural heritage, wearing outfits that showcased their unique identities and backgrounds. During this era, Hollywood saw the rise of several iconic actresses who left their mark on fashion. The likes of Audrey Hepburn, Jane Fonda, and Diane Keaton were not just leading ladies on the silver screen, but also fashion trendsetters who dared to break the mold. They were not afraid to experiment with their style, whether it was Hepburn's pixie cut and capri pants, Fonda's bold patterns and statement jewelry, or Keaton's oversized menswear-inspired ensembles. These women were more than just actresses. They were fashion revolutionaries who redefined what it meant to dress like a woman in Hollywood. They challenged societal norms, embraced their individuality, and in doing so, inspired a generation of women to do the same. The 60s and 70s brought about a drastic change, introducing a more relaxed and individualistic approach to fashion. Now let's move into the 21st century. How has Hollywood fashion evolved in the modern era? As we dive into the new millennium, we see Hollywood fashion becoming increasingly diverse and personalized. The modern era has been marked by a shift towards individual expression, with celebrities using their outfits as a platform to showcase their unique personalities and beliefs. This is a stark contrast to the earlier eras when conformity to certain styles and trends was more prevalent. Social media has played an enormous role in this evolution. Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms have brought stars and their fans closer together, and fashion has become a key part of this interaction. Celebrities now have the power to set trends instantly, sharing their red carpet looks or casual outfits to millions of followers around the world. But it's not just about setting trends. Social media has also given celebrities a platform to challenge norms and push boundaries in fashion. Actresses like Zendaya and Lupita Nyong'o, for example, are known for their daring and distinctive styles that often challenge traditional fashion norms. The influence of global fashion has also become more evident in Hollywood. Actresses are embracing styles from around the world, incorporating elements from different cultures into their looks. This has led to a more vibrant and diverse Hollywood fashion scene, reflecting the global audience that Hollywood now caters to. In terms of trends, we've seen a resurgence of vintage styles, with actresses channeling the glamour of the golden age on the red carpet. Simultaneously, minimalist and sustainable fashion has gained traction, reflecting a growing awareness about the environmental impact of the fashion industry. Actresses like Emma Watson and Cate Blanchett have been champions of this movement, often choosing outfits from sustainable brands or re-wearing their favorite pieces. In the end, the modern era of Hollywood fashion is a fascinating mix of the old and the new, the traditional and the unconventional. It's a testament to the power of personal expression and the influence of global fashion trends. The modern era has seen an explosion of styles, influenced by global fashion and individual expression. So, what impact has Hollywood fashion had on women's dressing style worldwide? Hollywood, the epicenter of the global film industry, has always been more than just a hub for cinematic talent. It is a trendsetter, a fashion influencer, and a style beacon that has been shaping women's dressing style worldwide. From the golden age of cinema to the revolutionary 60s and 70s, and through to the modern era, Hollywood fashion has consistently pushed boundaries, broken stereotypes, and redefined norms. Hollywood stars, both on and off the silver screen, have been trendsetters for decades. Their style choices have been widely adopted, emulated, and revered by women around the world. Whether it's a glamorous gown on the red carpet, a chic ensemble in a blockbuster film, or a casual off-duty look captured by the paparazzi, Hollywood fashion has a way of becoming a global phenomenon. But it isn't just the stars themselves influencing these trends. The role of media and technology cannot be overstated. Fashion magazines, celebrity stylists, and photographers have long played a pivotal role in disseminating Hollywood fashion to the masses. And with the advent of digital technology, this influence has only grown stronger. Social media platforms, fashion blogs, and online shopping sites have made Hollywood fashion more accessible, more immediate, and more influential than ever before. This global reach of Hollywood fashion has had profound impacts. It has inspired women to experiment with their personal style, to push their boundaries, and to express their individuality through fashion. It has empowered women to embrace diversity, to challenge conventions, and to redefine beauty standards. But perhaps most importantly, it has fostered a global fashion community, a shared language of style that transcends national borders and cultural differences. The reach of Hollywood fashion is undeniable, shaping women's dressing style around the globe. We've journeyed through the evolution of Hollywood women's dressing style, but what have we learned? Hollywood fashion is a fascinating tableau, a representation of the times, and a mirror reflecting societal changes. We started with the Golden Age era, a period of glamour and sophistication. The dressing styles of the Hollywood dames were characterized by elegance, with a touch of drama. The silhouettes were often tailored, accentuating the feminine figure, and the accessories were just as important as the garments themselves. Then came the revolution of the 60s and 70s, a time of change, not just in Hollywood but globally. Fashion became a tool of rebellion and self-expression. Bold colors, experimental designs, and a break from traditions marked this era. Then, we stepped into the modern era, an era that celebrates individuality and diversity. The Hollywood women's dressing style has become more eclectic, combining elements from different eras, cultures, and subcultures. Today, there's no one-size-fits-all fashion rule in Hollywood. It's all about personal style and authenticity. And lastly, we discuss the global impact of Hollywood fashion. From the red carpet to the silver screen, Hollywood fashion has a significant influence on global trends. It inspires designers, shapes public opinion, and often sets the tone for the fashion industry. As we can see, Hollywood women's dressing style is ever evolving, influencing and reflecting societal